Hi there, my name's Rachel. I'm from Mindful Therapies and I'm sitting in the semi darkness because it is just after 4 o'clock when I'm recording and it's raining and it's a bit dull outside. So yeah, it really does feel like the depths of winter and I'm kind of semi hibernating in this lockdown. So it's day 15 of the current lockdown in 2021. And I'm here to remind you that you are still, and we are still not alone. I have been getting into kindness practices a little bit more recently. And I think sometimes we can feel a little bit frightened of kindness practices. We can feel like we don't feel it. So, that we're trying to generate some sort of big emotion, and then if we don't have it, then we're doing it wrong. And I'm increasingly feeling that actually just the words that we say to ourselves, what we put into our own heads, those words are really valuable. And we need to watch our minds. So, just by saying things that are kind in our own heads, even if we don't feel it and mean it, in time that's going to have an impact. I remember years ago when I first came across the kindness practice, I took on a little practice to challenge my habit of being quite judgmental. And it would just be that every time I caught myself thinking something unkind, I would say to myself, may you be happy. And, in my head, address it to the person I'd thought something unkind about. And it had an impact because it meant that I started to catch the judgments, but it also meant that I was regularly wishing people well. And I think at first it was just a thing that I did, but then in time it became just a really positive mental habit. So, what I'd like us to do in this little practice is just a really simple kind of kindness reflection, really. So, we're going to tune into ourselves. We're going to say some kind things to ourselves. I'm going to make some suggestions. We're then going to think of a friend. We're going to say some kind things to our friend. And then we're going to spread that to the world. So it's just going to be 3 stages. So settle yourself into a meditation posture. So if you're sitting on a chair, you might just sit with your feet flat on the floor, reasonably upright. Lightly closing your eyes if that feels right for you. Just starting to settle into a sense of being grounded. So feeling the contact of the ground beneath your feet, contact with the chair, just softening, letting go. And tuning into how you are in this moment, how you are right now. Any emotions, any felt sensations in the body, whether your mind is busy or still. Taking a few moments to connect with your breath. And then just finding some kind words to say to yourself. And I'll make some suggestions. I wish myself well. I wish myself well. I wish myself well. I am worthy of happiness. I am worthy of happiness. I am worthy of happiness. I am lovable and loved. I am lovable and loved. I am lovable and loved. So just noticing how it feels to drop in some kindly words and phrases towards yourself. And then when you're ready, bringing to mind a friend, someone that you feel quite positive towards. Having an image or a sense of them. And then just imagining as you're looking at this person, or in the presence of this person, just saying to yourself, I wish you well. I wish you well. I wish you well. You are worthy of happiness. You are worthy of happiness. You are worthy of happiness. You are lovable and loved. You are lovable and loved. You are lovable and loved. And then imagining that there is a light or a colour extending from your heart around the world. And this light, this colour shines on every person in the world. And we are saying to the world, I wish us well. I wish us well. I wish us well. We are worthy of happiness. We are worthy of happiness. We are worthy of happiness. We are lovable and loved. We are lovable and loved. We are lovable and loved. And just noticing how this feels. And breathing with this sense of kindness. And then noticing the sounds around you, the sounds of the room and the sounds outside. Letting go of any effort, opening your eyes when you're ready. So it might be that the first time that you practice a meditation like that, it can feel a little bit like you're going through the motions. It can feel a little bit false. But the more that we practice it, the more we are replacing the negative thoughts with something more positive. And the more we can just turn our minds around. And that is going to have a positive effect on how we feel. And a positive effect on how we are in the world. So try it. I would suggest persist with it as well. As with all of the mindfulness practices, the more we do it, the more impact it has. And remember, we are not alone. We are still not alone. So I'll be back tomorrow with some more musings and ramblings and practice. Look after yourselves. Bye.